Tonight, online predators, real-world harm.
Their stated objective is not ideological change, but the destruction of society.
What parents need to know as police issue a warning about shadowy online groups targeting children. Also tonight.
And now they're saying we are not covered from flood.
Why some Manitobans are suddenly finding out their insurance doesn't cover flood damage, and how a provincial program might help. Plus, the party's over.
We had to, have some real sober second thoughts on it.
Why an annual North End block party didn't go ahead as planned this year.
CTV News. Live from downtown Winnipeg with Taylor Brock.
From online coercion to real-life violence. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Hendricks. A dark warning from Winnipeg police tonight about online extremist groups that are targeting children. Authorities describe them as nihilistic, violent extremists, and some have been labeled terrorist entities by the Canadian government. But unlike most terrorists or extremist groups that you've probably heard of, these groups are not motivated by a desire for ideological or political change. They're not after money. Instead, they seek the corruption and destruction of society itself.
It really is the belief system that there's no value in life. There's no morals. Basically, why bother?
Police say the predators are combing online platforms for children who express some kind of vulnerability, perhaps problems at home, loneliness, body image issues, struggles with mental health, or neurodiversity. They then fabricate a shared experience to build trust, and then slowly introduce victims to increasingly violent material to desensitize them. Victims are eventually coerced into committing harmful acts against themselves, siblings, or pets, providing sexually explicit material, or a number of other harmful or dangerous activities. They are sometimes also forced to live stream these acts. Police say perpetrators are ultimately aiming to make children take their own lives or the lives of others. Constable Claude Chansey explains some of the signs that caregivers should watch for.
Number one, unexplained injuries, markings, or signs of self-mutilation. Sudden withdrawal from family or longtime friends. Secretive or distressed behavior around device use. Exposure to disturbing content or unfamiliar online contacts. And finally, changes in mood, language, or expressed worldview.
The predators are using common social media and game platforms such as Roblox, Minecraft, Snapchat, Discord, and others to search for potential victims. Police say that they're not trying to start a panic, but they believe it is a serious issue that parents and caregivers should discuss with their kids. An annual North End block party was canceled this week over safety concerns. Inner City Youth Alive hosts the event in front of their building every year. As CTV's Jeff Keel shows you now, the founder says violent crime fueled by drugs forced them to pull the plug.
Entertainment, face painting, even a dunk tank. This annual street festival in the North End is a big hit, but this year it did not go ahead as scheduled.
We had to, have some real sober second thoughts on it.
The block party was set for Thursday, June 11th. It happens here in front of the organization that hosts it, Inner City Youth Alive. A notice to the community 2 days ago said it was being put off because of weather. Inner City Youth Alive founder Kent Duick says rain was a consideration, but crime and safety were the main culprits for canceling the event.
We've had a woman, sorry for being blunt, running around with a hammer, naked, taking swings at our kids.
And on Monday night, there was a homicide across the street from their building that one of their staff members witnessed. Duick feels the number of violent incidents in the area is up over last year. Even though they provide security along with police and other agencies, Duick says they couldn't guarantee the safety of the 1,500 or so people who normally attend.
As good as we are at creating order, addiction is always better at creating chaos. And that's sort of the story of our city these days.
Area Councillor Ross Seedy is disappointed the block party was scuttled.
It's just really sad that they can't run a street party there.
A member of the mayor's inner circle, Edie believes the city needs to put more money towards recreation for kids to prevent addiction and crime.
The grants that we give to organizations doing that stuff, it's been reduced. And we can't do that.
Duick says if things turn around over the summer, they might try again for September. Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Residents of an area dealing with disastrous flooding are rolling up their sleeves to offer shovels and helping hands. Families in Stony Mountain and Stonewall are still dealing with the aftermath of Tuesday's ferocious rainstorm. Every day since, dozens of community volunteers have been filling hundreds of sandbags, going door to door and sandbagging for strangers. Part of the crew is a local couple pulling people out of risky situations.
You know, we have some houses where they can't even get out of the house. They can't get their car out of the garage. They can't, we're Friday now, so on Wednesday we were actually pulling cars out some of the garages. The water was up to the windows.
Stephen Green says that they're just one of many local businesses that are offering their services for free to folks in need. He's encouraging residents looking for sandbags to head to Stony Mountain Community Center at 117 School Road. Well, as Manitobans clean up after this week's storm, some are learning that things are even worse than first thought.
This is how high the water was in our garage.
Tara and Darcy Richardson are trying to salvage what they can after their home in Stony Mountain flooded during Tuesday's storm. From overturned shelves to drawers filled with water, the couple continues to discover something new at every turn. But one of the most unexpected and unwelcome discoveries came when they filed a claim with their insurance company.
When you're paying for insurance, you want your home protected from fire, from flood, and from theft. And now they're saying we are not covered from flood.
The Richardsons have learned overland flooding is no longer included in their insurance coverage, while others have minimal coverage in their plans. The Insurance Board of Canada tells CTV News insurance providers began offering overland coverage as an add-on to standard home policies in 2015. But not everyone may realize or have added it. And even with the coverage, the limits for repairs, cleanup, and yearly policy costs can differ.
So those people that are in really high-risk flood hazard areas, they may have lower limits or the actual coverage might be costlier.
And in very high-risk areas, coverage may not be offered at all. The Premier has said some affected Manitobans will be able to access funds from the Disaster Financial Assistance Program. The province tells CTV News the program offers extra support for those who are underinsured or facing financial hardship and helps with uninsurable damages, response costs, and targeted recovery supports. Applications can be made through the province's website. Time now for our first check on the weather, and look at how cool it is, just 10 degrees. The barometer is rising, humidity at 90%. Now overnight is going to drop down even a little bit more, down to 9 degrees, and there's likely to be some rain showers. Your wake up weather, 10 degrees, and showers are possible. An emergency shutdown, why the city suddenly blocked off Marion Street and when it will reopen. People driving through St. Boniface this weekend will have to make an unexpected detour. The city has suddenly shut down a portion of Marion Street for emergency repairs. City crews have now blocked off Marion in all directions between Archibald Street and Pennant Road. Officials say it will remain closed through Sunday. The city tells CTV News in the course of doing other work on Marion, they found an issue with a catch basin and the surrounding pavement. It determined the best course of action was to do the repairs as soon as possible. Now, during the shutdown, you can access the area by driving on Dupuy Avenue. A Winnipeg man found guilty in the 2024 killing of a local restaurateur in a deadly parking lot brawl has been handed a 7-year sentence. 40-year-old Curtis Dale Bozic was found guilty in February of manslaughter and uttering threats in connection to the death of Kyriakos Voyajakis, the 51-year-old owner of Cork and Flame restaurant. The pair came to blows in the early evening of January 24, 2024. Referencing video footage presented at court, the judge said it became clear during the attack that Voyajakis could no longer fight back, having lost consciousness, but Dale Bozic continued to assault him. She also said the number of strikes to Voyajakis' head made life-threatening injury objectively foreseeable. She noted Dale Bozic had expressed remorse and offered condolences to Voyajakis' family, suggesting some prospect of rehabilitation. With time served, his remaining sentence amounts to about 3.5 more years. If you're in the town of Lorette, beware of the water. A boil water advisory has been issued after a distribution pump failure Thursday. The RM of Taché says the pump failure resulted in a loss of water pressure, which, quote, can compromise the safety of the water supply. If you plan on drinking water, making ice, preparing food, or brushing teeth, don't just turn on the tap. Water should be brought to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute before using. Now, as for washing dishes, doing laundry, or bathing, no boiling is necessary, but young children or those unable to avoid swallowing water in the shower or bath should be sponge bathed instead. An advisory will be in effect until the pump failure has been fixed, and residents will be notified once lifted. It's a historic day for Canadian soccer. The men's national team played its first FIFA World Cup game on home soil. And while fans in Winnipeg will need to travel east or west to see the action in person, the excitement over the global event is alive and well in Manitoba's capital. CTV's Daniel Halverson reports.
Played through towards Kyle Larin! It's Kyle Larin with the goal!
An exclamation mark in the first FIFA World Cup game played on Canadian soil. Kyle Larin's tying goal in the 78th minute against Bosnia-Herzegovina, earning the men's national team its first points in its third World Cup appearance. And in the lead up to the historic match, World Cup fever was building here in Winnipeg.
Very cool. I think I'm really excited.
Thomas Watsky popped into Royal Sports Friday afternoon to pick out an Alphonso Davies kit from a sea of red, white, and black Canadian jerseys.
I really like him, and he's our best player, and he's been our best player for a while.
Royal Sports staff say it's been a busy few weeks, with fans from all 48 countries competing in the tournament, stocking up on jerseys, hats, and soccer balls.
You know, such a diverse city and country, you want to make sure that everyone has something they can get from their country and just kind of support.
Fans have been flocking to the flag shop in South Osborne too. And while the Maple Leaf reigns supreme, the shop's Matthew Hobson says other countries' flags are also flying off the racks.
We see a lot of people buying a Canada car flag with, maybe a country where their family history is from. So, Canada, Portugal, and they'll fly one on one side of the vehicle and one on the other.
And over at Boston Pizza on Taylor Avenue, Canadian supporters settled in for the afternoon match alongside Winnipeg's own Desiree Scott.
Amazing moment. There is nothing like a World Cup at home, and to be able to be in Winnipeg celebrating the beautiful game, bringing communities together here at Boston Pizza, it's awesome.
Scott, who played in 3 Women's World Cups and has 3 Olympic medals to her name, says nothing beats representing Canada on the world's biggest stage.
I think anytime you put on that red and white jersey, you're thinking, how can I go out there and put out a performance that we can be proud of, that Canadians can rally behind and get excited about.
Daniel Halverson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
I begged my parents, I'm like, can we please do this? And they're like, okay, let's do this.
A special opportunity for 2 Winnipeggers, why the teens get to be front and center at the World Cup. And we'll have your complete Skywatch forecast when we return. Welcome back. Our first weather picture this evening is of a fantastic reflection. You could say this picture shot in Elmwood by Cheryl has twice the amount of beautiful sky for you to see. It's a great shot. And speaking of great shots, take a look at this amazing picture shot by Donna yesterday. Now, this rainbow was captured over Garden Grove on Cutler Lake yesterday. Now, we saw a couple of rainbows at the Bomber game last night, but this one is just something to see. It's incredible. incredible. You can send us your photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca. Well, you'd have been hard-pressed to find a lot of rainbows this evening. We had a lot of cloud in the sky today, and we also had a few periods of light rain, but that is nothing compared to the weather in northeastern Manitoba and northwestern Ontario. That low-pressure system that you see there has really stalled out near the border between Manitoba and Ontario. Now, that means that we are going to continue to have a lot of showers in this region, likely all the way through until Sunday. Now, while the system is centered up north, we can all expect a mix of cooler, shower-filled weather. That's Saturday and Sunday, though. We should start to get some clearing happening through much of the province, except, of course, in the northeastern parts of the province. That is still going to be dealing with some rain from that circulating low, although, as you can see, it is starting to push more into the Ontario side. You'll also notice that temperatures are going to be below normal for the next couple of days. Our normal high for this time of year is 23 degrees. However, today we only managed to get to 18 degrees. Now, tomorrow the high is just 14, so certainly below normal temperatures for this time of year. For now, speaking of temperatures, let's take a look at the temperatures across the province right now. The World Cup is now in full swing. Canada's first match of the tournament in Toronto ended in a 1-1 draw. Now, while this is a big moment for the country, being one of 3 host nations, it's equally special for a pair of Winnipeg teens who will get a chance to be front and center on the world stage. CTV's Devin McKendrick has more.
Was it Aiden Liam Miller?
Both Aiden Carasoni and Cristiano Morey dream of playing high-level soccer when they're older, but they won't have to wait long to take the pitch at a World Cup game, as each has been selected as an official match ball carrier for the month-long tournament.
I begged my parents, I'm like, can we please do this? And they're like, okay, let's do this.
I'll be whacking the ball out in front of the refs and the players, and all the fans will be looking at me at the start of the game.
It wasn't by chance they got this opportunity. The two had to rely on their soccer skills to get them here. Along with playing soccer, they each play futsal, a soccer variation that is played indoors with a heavier ball 5-on-5. It was their futsal coach who managed to get them tryout spots in Edmonton to show what they're made of.
His skills it's incomparable, like Aiden and Cristiano. They're both very good on the ball, feel very comfortable playing. They're smart players. They know when to dribble, when to pass the ball, when the decision making for them is very, very good.
Following the tryouts in Edmonton, they were 2 of 25 kids from across the country that were invited for a national audition in Toronto.
It feels great. You know, I'm here as part of his overall soccer journey, and for me, it's helping him realize his dreams, and that's what it's all about as a parent.
From those 25, it was whittled down to 7. They got to represent Canada in LA for a futsal tournament and are now ball carriers for the World Cup.
Super exciting. It's unbelievable. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing.
My heart was racing. I had so much adrenaline in me. I was just undescribable.
Morey will be bringing the ball out on June 17th in Toronto at the game between Panama and Ghana, while Carasoni is slated for July 2nd in Vancouver for a round of 32 match. Devin McKendrick, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Gotta dance! How a grocery store manager is going viral with his unique way of promoting the store. A grocery store manager in Alabama has been delighting millions on social media. And it isn't because of the deals in his store. As Danny New shows you, it's because they love the way he moves.
Look out.
He's strolling down the produce aisle.
Here comes the Alabama man being called America's favorite grocer.
If you come to my store, I'm going to treat you with respect. I'm going to treat you, like your family.
Over the past 6 months, Barry Dabbs has been winning over the hearts of millions online as he dances his way across food giant Hueytown. He's the store director and has worked here for 42 years.
How come you've wanted to be there for more than 4 decades?
Hey, I love this place. I mean, this is like my second home.
Most of his videos start with this special theme song as he spins through the aisle.
Good morning, food giant.
Before being announced with the ultimate introduction.
Today on our steam table, we have our famous catfish.
Sometimes he'll tell his followers what's for lunch.
Good morning, America, and good morning to the world. This is what's for supper.
Or what's for supper, and people from all over the planet seem to want to know what Barry is serving up in Alabama. One commenter writing, Barry's been my screensaver for months now.
And it's like, on a daily basis, just about somebody will come in, they want to have their picture made with me. You know, I had one lady come from England.
But besides how it helps the store, Barry is hoping his newfound fame will also help with his charitable efforts.
What do you do on your off day? You go toy shopping for Garrett's Place.
Every year, Barry raises money and collects toys for Garrett's Place, a local nonprofit serving children in foster care and their families. This year, Barry says he hopes to double these donations for his community.
Our slogan in Hueytown is small city, big heart. That's what we are here at Food Giant Hueytown. We're a small store with a big heart.
A Vancouver Island mother is supporting her daughter's need for speed at a skate park. As CTV's Adam Sawatsky shows you, she refuses to let a diagnosis define what's possible.
When she first showed her daughter videos from her skateboarding past, Nikki Perrian wasn't surprised by Sophia's reaction.
She can say some words and say, Mom, try, Mom ta.
Although since Sophia was a baby, doctors have used words like cerebral palsy, Nikki says the best word to describe her daughter is adventurous.
I want to try, I want to run, I want to jump,
But every time Sophia would try those things, her body would do something different.
I always encourage her, always say I can do it.
So, when she got her walker, Sophia discovered she can be a flower girl. She can splash in the water park, and she can dance like no one's watching. But best of all,
hey, come back here.
Sophia can show you don't need words to say you have a need for speed.
Hey, come back here. She will just run. Yeah.
So, when Sophia asked to try skateboarding, Nikki tried to make it work.
I always want Sophia to be in every activity, just like any other kids.
While Sophia always relishes feeling boundless, Nikki is always working to ensure her daughter never feels confined.
Isolated, which we already feeling.
Nikki says they haven't been included in birthday parties and have been criticized for Sophia's condition.
But you always have some people who judge you. So that's why I always say, advocate that, always choose to be kind.
And by always facing every challenge with joy, Sophia is always teaching her mom about bravery, resilience, and gratitude.
She's teaching me it's such a beautiful journey. Some days are bad and good, but we just need to keep skating.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News.
A relatable gorilla. What happened to the big fella just before this video was shot, and what the internet thinks that he is thinking. And we'll break down your 7-day Skywatch forecast next.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
Still a little bit of rain that we're going to have to deal with on Saturday, but then things will start to improve and the temperature will go up. A gorilla at a Japanese zoo has become an unexpected internet sensation for his all-too-human response to a spat with his mate. Kiyomasa was captured sitting alone on some steps, seemingly lost in thought. It happened after staff say he got into a disagreement with his female companion. The minute-long clip has gone viral as the internet debates exactly what's going through the ape's head. Some suspect he's replaying the whole fight in his head, while others pinned him as a philosopher. That's going to do it for us. For another look at tonight's stories, you can visit us online at ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great weekend.